Lots of bending with her, Grace, trying to think about that belly push over. I know she's a little bit fussy with her head, so think, can you get her hind end crossed? And it's just one step at a time, just to kind of get her a little bit broken up, so at least you can press her into a rein and she doesn't feel quite so noodly. And Amelia, when you're ready, let's see some trot, and I want to work with her. It seemed like the gear changes got her pretty clicked in yesterday, so we'll start that kind of early on, like, you know, a little bigger trot, a little smaller. It doesn't have to be huge, but just enough that way she kind of clicks in and starts figuring out what you're asking. Nice there, good girl. And in your training with her, we won't do it much today because we don't have time, but in your flat training, trying to, the same way that she likes to kind of go in the autopilot speed, she kind of also likes to go the autopilot, a little bit fake frame, a little bit like Sue's mare Isabeau that I used to ride. She had the same way, and we could always win the dressage, but half the time it was fake, you know, and so trying to work on the different, I guess headsets would be a way to say it. You want her to, you know, she can be rounded in that little fake one, but make sure you can also start to teach her how to press down and stretch. That's what really got Isabeau understanding that you want to have a little heft in that rein and she can hold herself but still be connected. So work that a little bit, you know, half a circle of stretch and then pick her back up, change direction, another half circle. Add that in so that she feels comfortable using her neck in a bunch of different ways. And for Tess, when you feel like you're turning and she's kind of being that noodly, like here, I would give her a little outside rein half halt. It looks like you're losing her shoulder and her haunches. There, and then all of a sudden she's up under you and you've got a horse you can ride again. And that's kind of around the turns with her too. And I know might make her a little grumpy, but she's got to start to click in and balance herself. That's better. Good. And let's see a few bigger trot steps, Amelia. Try not to change your position, no leaning forward, but just bigger posting and a little bit. Come on, move off my leg. No collisions. Okay, good. Watch those hands, don't shimmy. Come on, a little more change. Move her across the ground. That's okay, give her a pat there. That wasn't the right thing, but at least it was the right direction. She wasn't just ignoring you, right? That's fine. And this next time you might just have to give her a little front half halt to say not quite that much. Use your feet more. Yes, good, give her a pat, that's it. And that's plenty for now, but just those little ones are gonna be helpful for her. And the same way, some little knee squeezes to say, okay, can you get shorter? That's fine, good, good, yep, good try. And then knee squeezes to do a small bouncy one. Let's see that now. Yep, a little outside half halt and then knee squeeze every step. Oop, oop, oop. Yeah, that's plenty for now, good. Lots of those, it's good for her. And just kind of 3 steps at a time. Anytime that you feel like she's on the verge of breaking, more in the downward than, I don't really care about the cantering off, that's no big deal, but if she's on the verge of breaking, then get out of it before so that we don't teach her to shut down. And when you're ready with Tess, I think we can see some canter. And let's see a couple forward steps there this way, Amelia. Step, step. Yes, give her a pat. Good girl. Make a fuss over her. She's trying. What a good girl. And then some knee squeezes into a little smaller one. Yep, might have to have a little front half halt so that she doesn't dive into that. Feel how she went to go low instead of rising up with her. Yep, that just needs a little outside help there. Think ears on top into your smaller trot. Yes, there, good. Give her a pat. And then when you're ready, a little canter. When you're ready, a little canter. And up here, Grace, let's do a little bendy work again. Yep, opening rein. Think about, yes, thank you. Good. And then you can always do a little bit of a outside rein half halt if you need, if she goes flying off to the side. But try to teach her that correct way to follow your rein. Yep, yep. And then a little squeeze outside. It says, not there, not all the way out. Yeah, there she stands up in that turn. Did you feel that difference? Yeah. Good. Let's go down the, that's too hard. Let's go down the long side with her, and we'll try that again on the other side when you get her canter back. Nice there. Now think, guide her onto the circle. Use your outside aids to keep her standing up. Yep, a little smaller. See if that outside aid can just give her a smaller, yep, one smaller canter. Yes, good. That's it. And back down to trot, and let's change directions. I don't want to use them up before we get jumping, so we won't do a ton of warm up. Nice there. And then a couple of changes. Try not to have to use your driving seat unless you really need it. But we're trying to teach her to kind of self-propel there. Yep. That's it. And a little forward there. That's plenty. Good girl. Good effort. And then just a little smaller, but try to avoid the diving down. Yes, good there. Good. Yep. And see, that was just almost too much. That was super. And as they get stronger, you'll be able to feel more. One more this way, and then we'll change direction, Amelia. I know, Tess. You can do it. Let's do one more down the long side. I want to see that opening rein turn for her on the far side circle, and then she can take a break. Good. Opening rein. Don't let it get stuck there on her neck. Yeah. Come here, Tess. Come here. Good. Down the long side. That's a great canter there, Grace. A little half halt there to try to say, hey, it'd be a good idea to slow down just a little for this turn. That's it. Good. All right, and back down to trot. Use your body position. Think about tightening those abs so she starts to listen to when you engage. And then back down to walk the same way. Long legs. Engage the core tight. And better. Good. Good. And then a little smaller, a little at a time. Watch it this way. You don't have too much left hand that's just kind of holding there. Good. Yes, good girl. Give her a pat. That's plenty. And then back to regular. Yep, good. He says, oh my goodness. And back down to trot. Super. And down to walk. with her when you're doing your flat work, I meant to tell you yesterday, I know she is not super excited about being round, like she doesn't look easy to get round.
Yeah.
So how, well, Becky showed me and so I do it now too, but if you put on a breastplate and then you have this part right here, when you're going on a circle, we're gonna start with the ox or with these guys. I think they both look, they're both a little fragile in their fitness, not fitness, but their strength. So I don't think we need to do those bounces. We did the bounces with them yesterday, right? And they were fine, yeah. So we're gonna start, whatever lead you wanna start, it doesn't matter. Up over your black oxer, bending through your chute at the canter, and then down to trot, down to walk, turn on the haunches, back up to trot, canter, through the chute, oxer, other chute, transitions, change. And so today the most important part to me is getting those nice transitions, and both of you guys teaching these really nice young horses that what you want to do is get down to the base. And just like with Truffles, if she tries to make the decision of do I rush or do I break, let her break and get up to the base and then push her across, okay? Want some pretzels? Good. Looks like she just needs a little outside support in that transition when you feel her kind of spin out from under you. Now where's your next thing? Hind end, hind end. All right, so before you start again, for me, she's got to learn a little bit more to self-propel. Be careful that she doesn't rely on that driving seat. Okay, you want that in your back pocket if she's stopping at a cross-country jump. You don't want it every time. So I would say on your way around, a little forward and back, but make sure none of it's off your seat. Your hip angle's closed and in that nice position you have kind of like on Sweet Pea too. Ooh, she said, I'll show you self-propel. You're all right. Everybody's still here. All right, let's try that again to the left this time. But have a little bit more canter. It doesn't need to be faster. It just needs to be a little more powerful so you're not having to work so hard every stride. Or if she needs to trot up to it, that's fine too. Whatever has her stepping forward to it more. Good there. Come on, around the turn. That's it. There. And then you have options. Come on. Got to get her hind end up there so she doesn't have to make that big jump. I think after you do this turn on the haunches, when you go back into trot and canter, I would do an extra circle down there where you do a little forward and back so you feel like you have it. It's when you go through the chute, between the chute and the oxer, in that square turns where you lose her. And right away, come on, come on, come, get off my leg and keep going. Think about her hind end. Step under, step under, step under, come on. There, that's a change. Make sure you're not leaning into it though. That's it. That looks good. And then when you're ready, up to it. Get your eye on it. She made the better decision there, but you felt like it was still underpowered, right? Yeah. Skip this part. We got to get that. We've got to get the chute to the oxer better. Kind of think, leave the chute and surge up there. It's her hind end that she keeps leaving behind. You can always give her a little tap behind the leg if you feel like, okay, I'm putting my leg on and nothing is happening here. Now find your white stripe and surge forward. Good. Now you can do what you want. Yeah, that's better. Good. Good. Let's turn it around and let's do that off the left. That was better. Was it perfect? No, but that's how you teach them to start picking up on the fence themselves and getting down to the base. Hey. Yes, good canter there. She lights up in that corner for whatever reason. Then you got your horse you need. Steering, you can widen your hands a little bit if she starts to get crooked on you. All right, now how about this time when she gets there, you look towards the bleachers and you widen your hands and actually steer her straight on the backside too, so she doesn't land dead. Come on, come on. Yes, good. And straight. Yes, that's a better ride. Good. And turn it around and let's try that off the right again. Look for it. Come on, surge up there. There, now you have options. Super, that's it. Steer on the backside. And then let's turn it around, go left again. Look where you want her to be. Good. Slow it down, slow the walk down. Whoop, walk steps. Yeah, good. Come on, make a difference here. Make a difference. Yes, good. Now steer on the backside. That's it. It's all right. Back down to trot. Turn on the haunches where she's got to change her walk step. It's the same thing, a gear change in the walk, and then she can take a little break. Have her look left, bend left. There, good job, Amelia. Good, walk and pat. She can do a lot of that, and I think you can have something like that set up also with a chute in and out so that you can work your landing a little straight, or like 2 strides out, another chute there. Yeah. But just a ton of that forward and back and staying with you, because she likes to be that beautiful floaty, but you don't have much there. Whoa! What is up there? Is it dripping over on that side or something? Both of them are a little goofy up there. Yep, slow the trot down there, Grace. Make sure her brain is with her body. That's it. And then into canter if you want. Good. A little smaller canter, and if you don't have that smaller gear, then you got to break down one gate. Good girl. That's it. Good. Yep. Yes. Good determination there. You were right. Let's just come around and see if she kind of has worn off a little bit of her smarty pants now. You were right there. Yeah, break it down one step forward. That's really good there. Good training. Good. Good. That's all right. Now one more time. This time, hopefully she won't jump you so far out of the tack. Make sure you give her a little press one step earlier than you did so she gets across it. Yep, slow your posting down. Doesn't need to be faster here. Here, yep, steering. Better, Grace, good. And back down to walk, turn on the haunches, and for her, I think this is fine to trot so that her body stays with her brain, right? Yep, bending, you can do it, good. Slow the walk down here. Yes, good correction, okay. Nice. Yep. Better into that downward transition. Good. You wrapped your leg around her like we were working on with truffles. Good. Look at the wall. Good. Good. Yep. Super. Yes, good. Yep, work the trot, work your posting rhythm. That's it. One more each way. You be careful that you don't lean at it in an effort. I know you're trying to get her to not jump so big and press across, which I agree with you on that, but make sure you're not leaning into that jump with your body. Your hip angle is good, but you kind of get a little bit away from her in that last stride. Just press her across with your calf. This trot is perfect. Doesn't need to get any faster than that. Now across. Yes, that was better with your position. And then she did jump a little bit softer, which is good. All right, and down to walk. And one more this way. Back down to walk. Good. Good. Walk and pat. We're going to let her take a little break, and then we'll see where she's at, but she's a little bit funny behind. I don't know if she stung herself or what, but it's just kind of after these last few. I don't know if she's just gotten tired or what. We'll see how she is after a break. All right. You're not off the hook yet, but we're going to do a couple other things and we'll put it together. So let's actually come through your bounces. So it's a bounce, one stride, bounce, okay? It's a sea of rails, especially, has she done something like this before?
Yeah, pretty similar, but she still might be a little backed up.
Okay, so try to, as you're going around, make sure you've got that button that you need, and I would make sure that this comes here so that this is more, I feel like you're being naughty thing, and she's not, so try to, this just backs up your leg aid, okay? But do a few of those forward and back on your way to it so you make sure you have that button to press. Whatever position you want to approach the jumps in, that's what I want you to be able to change the speed in and the power too. I don't want you to have to throw yourself or get above her to change your canter. A little outside half halt there. Yep, close up that outside. Good, and another one, close up the outside, bring her up. Yes, good, Amelia. All right, see what we got. Don't change your position, no driving. Super, good ride. I know, good girl. Give her a pat. That was super. She was really brave in, and you are really good with not sinking down on her on the way. Oy. We'll just let her come through that again and see if she can't figure out her footwork. Steering on the backside. Long left leg, no. There you go. That's a better correction. Come on, push that leg long. It's going to be more effective. Whoop. Leg long, leg long. Push your heel down, Amelia. Use your whole leg. Go back to trot. Whoop. Good. And back down to walk. Ooh, good. And you're going to re-watch that video. Walk, halt a second. And you're going to see, yeah, it needs to be like that. But you get so scrunched up here and it's so ineffective. And all of a sudden, all of this is off. And this is what you want to use to say, this is a calf. But when it gets crunched up like that, everything comes off. Okay? All right, let's turn it around. That was good. We're going to come off the left that same way, and that same diligence of when you land, make sure you have a plan of steering her straight. So both of them kind of land, and they're very proud of themselves and don't have a mission on the backside. Good with your position there. That looks super. What's that?
I just realized what you meant about my leg.
Oh, good. Love that. Nice. And look at that. That was great on the backside. Let's turn it around and see if you can do that on the right too. Because I think your right leg is a little wilder than your left. We all have one. That was super. Yes, good. Keep it pushed down. Don't put it high. Yes, thank you. There you go. Good. Use your knee, use your calf, use your whole leg. In between both reins, this is the way that she also kind of scoots off a little bit to the outside more, so you've got to be more of a wall on the outside to keep her straight. There you go. Good. All right. And back down to trot and walk. That's super. All right, Tess, let's see what we have. I think it's her left hind, but I could be. Is it? Yeah. All right. Let's see her trot around a little bit. What's that? Oh. How does it feel to you?
I don't feel anything, but also that doesn't mean much.
We'll keep watching her. I think she's all right now, but yeah, definitely that'll be something to watch, and we'll keep, if it looks worse, then we'll slow down a little bit. But let's try and just be efficient with not adding any extra on that you don't have to, you know, in terms of on the backside, go ahead and get your work done and then give her a break. But let's canter through on the, let's do the left lead first, up over your bounce, one stride bounce. Has she done something like that before too? Something like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I would start cantering and then see what she wants to do. Make sure those reins are even. You've got to have a little steering, so a little connection with her mouth. Butt down and under. Think turbo. You got to get her hind end to start turboing. Yes, there, good. What do you think?
I think I got a little weak.
You came in great. I thought that was a perfect canter coming in, and then she just lost a little through the line.
Yeah.
And I think that as soon as it's like when you turn the motor, I don't know how much boating you do, but if you're just sitting in the boat and you're trying to paddle, it gets flying all over, right? But as soon as you turn on the motor behind you, it's really easy to keep it straight. And it's that same thing, and that's what we're over and over trying to picture. It's like get that line in going, and then life is a lot easier. So we're gonna let's come left just one more time. Ride in the same exact way, but just know that kind of about here, you lose the motor of your boat. And I know we all have a tendency to want to go, oh my gosh, it's wiggly, let me slow down and get it straight. But what you really need to do is push her through that and then steer a little bit. Nice canter there. Yes, ears are on top, her butt's down. That's great. Look across. Get the motor. Come on, tap.
I needed that a little earlier.
Yes, and back up your aid. I know you're good enough to hold her on the line
Yeah.
and tap her back here.
Okay.
That's how these young horses connect. Otherwise, when you tap them on the shoulder, they're just kind of going, oh, I got tapped on the shoulder. What the heck?
Okay.
We can see one of those like Ralph Hill at the head of the lake moments, or who was that recently that just had one hand on and the other one was tapping? You might have to do that over the second one so she actually pays attention. She said, look, I'm getting tired too. Get your eye on it here. Keep this through the turn. Come on, girlfriend. Mean it. Come on. Yeah, good. And then give her a big pat. That was better. And you can practice that out. Well, you're not going to practice, but like out riding or whatever, but getting that motion, because I don't like to take my hands off the reins.
Yeah, I've never had to do that before.
Yeah. Well, yeah, not we'll be in the next county if you do that with me. She'd be like, well, I didn't tell you. But work, just when you're walking and warming up, just work that motion over and over until it becomes comfortable, because it's going to be important for her.
Okay.
Yep, just so she connects the dots of that's your stronger leg, hey, that's what it means. And you could also, spur on. You could also add on some spur too, on some days, like easy days that you know it's not gonna get her lit up. And then eventually she'll get it.
Can I have you hand me like Zara with that?
I've never had to do that in my life.
With Kinnick.
Yeah, Zara is like.
Zara and Maddie are good.
Yeah, she had to learn that early on.
Yeah. No, if I ever do that, I can't go with.
Kinnick is the king of autopilot. He's like, I'm not going any faster or any slower, and stop asking. And if she breaks again, if she sees this sea of rails and breaks, she can make this two-stride happen from the trough too. She's plenty athletic. And then land on the back side with the mission. That's plenty of canter. Whoop. Better. But it's a little bit bouncier, and then start jumping up a little bit.
That first one felt nice.
Yes, yeah. And then as she kind of, they're both through the line losing steam in their own different ways, and she knuckles down and rolls through it, and she goes back, right? And so that's it's not the end of the world, but I thought you rode in super, and that's how she went out. Okay, all right, last little bit. I can't remember if we did this with your group or not, but it's the going from the canter that you need through the two-stride, going towards the wall, or the back piece of barn this time, and then you're going to turn around and jump your oxer in a different gear so that you can get your chute done back after trot, walk, turn on. Okay? So that's that forward
So
and
we're
back.
skipping that first. We're just going straight from the thing
Yes,
to the
you
oxer
don't
and
do the
over.
first
Okay.
shoot. Yep. And so what your big goal is to land from that, and whether you have to do a trot transition or whether you can get them compressed enough after this to then get a canter where they're not caterwauling around trying to get to the backside shoot.
This horse has never caterwauled in my entire life.
Okay, honey. I would put her on the lunch tomorrow.
Okay.
So you kind of, once a week, you put the big one on that.
Did you say
Maybe. I don't know. If it was mine, I probably would. But then again, if you want to see her on the lunch, maybe not.
she's getting basic moments?
Oh, yeah, so she'll probably say it without it. So just watch her on the, right, back to trot. And it might be good that you gotta go to make it a little easier for her when you know she's tired and she just can't, and do it in the trot. And think, okay, can you go forward and back in the trot? That's all you got today, you can do that. Yep. And then can you make it smaller and bouncier? Push your croup under. Good. That's it. All right. And then up to the canter. See what you can get. Yeah. Good one there. Tap that. Come on, tap that. You do it. Here, give her that. You made a change there. She's not like that. That's good. Yep, and then get yourself to the bottom.
Everyone's throwing good today.
There you go, forward. Yep, better. A little more like that. Yeah, good. All right. And then back to normal hand for your two-stride. Come on. Tap. Good. I would let her trot into this then. That way you can still get up to the base of it and press her across. I think that's what she's got for us today. Make sure you're not looking down at her. Back down to the walk. Where do you want her to go? Think about her hind end. That's what you're trying to teach her, is that small, powerful steps with her hind end. Slow walk down, slow walk down. Smaller, smaller walk, smaller walk. Better. Good. All right, walk and pat. She's just a little bit tapped out there, Amelia, and when you get there, just arrive so that you can finish on a nice point. across. Good. Small hind end steps, small hind end steps. Yes, good in the end there. Good. Super. I thought she jumped through, so the right was easier, right? She jumped through that grade. She was able to hold herself off. That looks good. Thought you made the right decision there. Would I say
They're pretty cute together. Yeah, the two mares.
I
like her sparkly brown
and
one.
you're getting a little bit like, here.
I think the bridle's actually Grace's.
Stay with her, and the best thing I can do is get her hind end traveling up there, and then she's gonna have to cross.